Ryan and Phil back on Sports Center. The NBA playoffs are back, and man, minutes. Raptors-Cavs tip at 1 p.m. Eastern. Toronto has a tall task. Cleveland has won its last 10 playoff games against them, including a perfect 7-0 in Cleveland, though LeBron was on all of those Cavs teams. Right. Next up, Nuggets-Wolves meet for a third time in the last 4 postseasons. Nikola Jokic just dominated Minnesota this year, averaging better than 35 points, 15 boards, and 11 assists in those 4 games. Moving back east for their 3-6, Knicks hosting the Hawks. Mike Brown 6-1 in the first round, but it has been a while. Hasn't won a playoff series since 2012, and it is a hell of a nightcap. Rockets at Lakers, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. LeBron and Durant meet for a 15th time in the playoffs, but the King is without Luka and Austin Reeves. But KD himself is questionable with a knee contusion.
Okay, so let's bring in our NBA reporter, Dave McMenamin. He joins us. Listen, Dave, you're plugged in with this Lakers team more than anybody. JJ Redick's already said no Luka. Austin Reeves out indefinitely. So what's been his message to this Lakers team as they prepare for the Rockets?
Yeah, Brian, in a word, it's been elevate. That's what JJ Redick's telling his team. I'm going to need you to elevate your play, elevate your intensity, elevate your focus. And he's asking his coaching staff to do the same. They recognize that they need to win on the margins in this series. They need to set the tone with the physicality and especially have the home court crowd behind them to open up this thing tonight in game 1. The Rockets, as LeBron James called them, are the best rebounding team the league has seen in the last 25 years. And so the Lakers are cognizant that they need to box out. They need to match bodies with bodies. And they're making up for 60 points on the offensive end in Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. That means more touches for DeAndre Ayton, more touches for Rui Hachimura, and Luke Kennard becoming the primary playmaker alongside LeBron James.
So I was listening to Phil. He says LeBron James making basically his 19th postseason appearance, matching Karl Malone and Stockton for the most all time. I guess, are we watching the swan song for LeBron there in L.A.?
You know, it's certainly on the table. LeBron James does not have a contract for next season. Sources close to him have said all season long that LeBron doesn't even know what he wants to do. But I think over the course of the second half of the season, where you saw LeBron play winning basketball and play it at a very high level, there has not been as many tea leaves to read that are pointing towards retirement as there was in the first couple of months of the season. He has a new opportunity in this playoffs, his 19th, as you mentioned, but in the 18 others, he never played with his son, Bronny James. And once Luka and Austin Reeves went out, Bronny James became a part of JJ Redick's rotation. Over the last 7 games of the regular season, he averaged about 7.5 points per game, shot 40% from 3 with 2 assists. He's going to be in the mix here, and that gives an extra layer, extra motivation for LeBron to try to extend this run as long as possible because it means more chances to play with Bronny. After the playoffs are over, we'll have a better sense of what the future looks like, but if I was going to guess, we're going to get more LeBron James next season.
Okay. By the way, when James takes the floor at 41 years, 109 days old on Saturday, he becomes the 3rd oldest player to start a playoff game. Our Dave McMenamin, thank you.
Quinn Richardson checking back in for some more minutes here on the cusp of playoffs tipping off. Q Vegas doesn't have a lot of faith in the Lakers. They're plus 400 to win the series, and a lot of that because we don't know the status of Luka and Austin Reeves. But we do know they don't have those pieces today. So without them, what should their game plan be?
Well, like Dave was saying that JJ was talking about, man, they got to do all of the little things, get all of the 50-50 balls, be the first to the floor. They got to hit first. They got to bring a physicality. I totally expect at some point the Lakers will go zone to try and junk the game up. When you losing that, when you missing out on like 50 to 60 points when you don't have Luke and Austin Reeves, you got to do unconventional things. You got to hope that they shoot the ball from 3 well because the 3-point is the equalizer in this league. But defensively, they have to come physical. They got to rebound the ball as well as they can, knowing that the Rockets are the better rebounding team and they're down players. But they got to do everything they can to junk the game up to give themselves a chance. They're at home. They get a chance to get their crowd behind them, but they got to give them something to cheer for as well.
And they don't have to look that far. The Lakers won 9 games in a row last month, during which they were top 10 in defensive efficiency, and they beat the Rockets twice in Houston.
Yeah.
On the flip side, if you are Houston, how should you approach this series?
They got to take this thing as serious as possible and try and take advantage of it. Knowing that they don't have Luka and Austin Reeves, you can't afford to come into the game thinking, oh, this is easy. You got to come in even with a more high sense of urgency and more seriousness being taken with it. They have the better roster, but they got to come out there and play. They can't have lapses in the fourth quarter. They got to take care of the ball and not turn the ball over and give Lakers easy transition points. And they got to dominate. They have the dominant players right now with those guys being out, and they have to go out there and handle their business like they are.
One game at a time, an opportunity to take control of the series tonight. Rockets 5.5-point favorites in LA, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. Q, we're going to check back with you. I won't touch the cup, but valor will be stolen. I'm going to get a selfie with Stanley during the break. NBA playoffs also underway today. Got 4 game ones on the slate. No Larry O'Brien in studio, but we do have ESPN betting analyst Joe Fortenbaugh joining us now from Vegas. Joe, let's get to some 11th hour best bets. What do you like in that first game, Raptors at Cavs?
Going to play the under here, Phil. It's right around 219.5. Last 10 years, game one unders in the opening round of the playoffs hitting 56%. Why? Defense ratchets up, but at the same time, it's so close to the end of the regular season, bookmakers haven't necessarily adjusted their price. Toronto, 5th, top 5 in defensive efficiency, bottom 10 in pace. Part of the reason why they were the 3rd most profitable team when it came to unders this year, since James Harden landed in Cleveland, the Cavaliers rank 20th in pace. Don't expect either team to be flying up and down the court.
Yeah, just the discomfort of that early tip here on a Saturday. Joe, what are you taking in that Wolves-Nuggets game, number 2 on deck?
Discomfort in the voice, too. Vegas will get you, Phil. Make sure you prepare adequately when you travel. All right, we're going to look at Nikola Jokic, triple-double plus 109. We're getting plus money for a guy who averaged a triple-double during the regular season in 34 minutes of action. But it's the playoffs. He's going to go for more than 34 minutes. 4 games against Minnesota this year, 3 triple-doubles. The game he missed by 1 solo assist. Against Minnesota this year, he's averaging 35 points, 15 rebounds, 11.5 assists. Jokic triple-double.
And he just averages a triple-double on an average night as well. Joe, game 3, the 3-6 game in the East. What's your best bet for Knicks Hawks?
Another player prop. Karl-Anthony Towns over 11.5 rebounds. This is right around his season average for a guy playing 31 minutes per game. Again, it's the playoffs, so the minutes are going to be up. New York is one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA. Atlanta's giving up the 12th most rebounds per game, so we like the matchup here. In 3 games against each other this season, the Knicks were plus 10 in rebound differential. Karl-Anthony Towns played Atlanta twice this year, 27 total rebounds. I expect them to clean up on the glass.
And for somebody who's had mixed reviews in front of a home crowd at MSG, the extra effort plays is all you can control. Get a couple extra boards. Yeah. Joe, the nightcap, Rockets at Lakers. What are you taking in that one?
This is going to be another under bet, right around 207.5, 208.5. Houston was number 6 in defensive efficiency, but they were 29th in pace. That's a great formula when you're trying to find a team that you can handicap to the under. On the other side, you get the Lakers, no Luka, no Reeves, so that's going to hurt the offense in a big way. Rebounding is going to be critical here. Houston's number 1 in the NBA in rebounding, which is going to limit any second chance opportunities for the Lakers. But if you look at Houston's analytics, all the second chances they generate for themselves, highly inefficient at converting. So we like an under to start that series as well.
And when the Lakers were playing their best basketball last month, 9 straight wins, they were top 10 in defensive efficiency. Yeah. Joe Fortenbaugh, go get some chamomile tea, maybe with some cream. Rest the pipes. I know you got WrestleMania later tonight.
Thank you, Phil.